Welcome back. If you guys follow the channel, you guys all know I talk about how we have this giant housing affordability issue nationwide because we have sky high rates and prices. I actually found a really mind-blowing article from Redfin that stated that home buyers need an average income of $115,000 per year in order to afford an average price home nationwide. And that's about $40,000 more than the typical American earns today. So I want to provide some context regarding this because this is absolutely mind-blowing. To buy a median price home today, you need to earn $115,000 in order to have an affordable housing payment. So before I go over this article here, just announced on October 17th, I want to provide some context regarding the rise in income versus prices here. So here is our good Uncle Fred. The source is the U.S. Census Bureau. This is household incomes inflation adjusted household incomes. So in 2019, they only look at annual rates here, by the way. In 2019, the real household income, again, inflation adjusted, was $78,250. It has decreased each and every year since then. So in 2022, the most recent data we have from the Census Bureau, it's at $74,580. So this means that people are earning about $4,000 less in 2022 compared to 2019 inflation adjusted. As a note right there, household incomes are down by about 5% ever since 2019, compared to the US median sold price has increased by 42% over that same time frame. Can you say a huge housing affordability issue? Because when taking into account the rise in inflation, people earning less income today compared to 2019, whereas home prices have surged by about 42%. So before I go over Redfin's article here, I want to share their methodology because this is very important here. They looked at housing payments from August of 2022 and August of 2023. Keep in mind though, rates or mortgage rates have been increasing ever since August this year though. So the stats I'm sharing in today's video will likely look worse when accounting for the fact that rates are averaging very close to 8% right now. In any case, according to Redfin here, a monthly mortgage payment is considered affordable if the home buyer spends no more than 30% of their income on housing. So for example, if you earn $60,000 per year, or about $5,000 per month, your housing payment should be less than $1,500 per month. Or if you earn $10,000 per month, they want to see your housing payment be less than $3,000 per month. And that, of course, is to get under their threshold of what they deem to be an affordable housing payment here. They're also assuming the buyer is putting 20% down, and your average monthly mortgage rate in August of 2023, by the way, was at 7.07%, where the average rate 1 year ago was at 5.22%. Just for comparison's sake, again, August 2023, 7.07%. But in September, it surged to 7.2%. Also on Tuesday, the daily rate, according to the Mortgage News Daily, surged to 7.92%, the highest average rates going back to September of 2000. Redfin has also taken into consideration your total housing payment, which is PITA, or principal, interest, taxes, and insurance in this report right here. So according to Redfin here, it's harder than ever for Americans to afford a house. A home buyer must earn $114,627 per year to afford a median price home in the US today. That's up 15% from a year ago and up more than 50% since the start of this pandemic. That's the highest annual income necessary to afford a house on record. And by the way, I'll share how each of the 100 different metros fares because there's some very big differences here as well. Because some areas you need to make at least $400,000 per year to buy an average price home in some select markets here. Just absolutely crazy. In any case, here's a look at what's the average income needed to afford a median price home nationwide. This goes back to 2012. So again, right now it's around 115,000. 1 year ago, it was 99,000. In August of 2020, it was only 75,000. Therefore, compared to August of 2020, you need approximately 53% more income to buy an average price home today. Redfin also touches on how average rates have been surging as of August. But of course, as I share with you guys, rates have been absolutely skyrocketing ever since then as well. But according to Freddie Mac, I believe this was 1 week ago. Yeah, for the weekend of October 12th. According to Freddie Mac, the average weekly rate was at 7.57%, the highest rate since approximately the year of 2000. It says, but even though soaring rates have dampened demand, low inventory is causing home prices to increase, which of course is one of the main reasons why we have this huge housing affordability issue right now. So according to Redfin, for the 4 weeks ended October 8th, there's about 14% fewer homes for sale nationwide compared to 12 months ago. Obviously well below 2021 as well as 2020, for example. Back then, there was over 1 million homes for sale. Now there's only 827,000. So because we have historically low inventory levels of existing houses, home prices have not decreased significantly thus far here. So we're still up by 3% year over year at 370,000. A slight decrease ever since the summer months this year, which is seasonal, but we're still higher compared to 2020, when at this time last year, the median sold price was 360,000 versus 370,000 right now. They also note that the typical US homebuyer's monthly mortgage payment surged to an all-time record high of $2,866 per month. That's up 20% from a year ago. But look at this. Compared to August of 2020, though, your average monthly housing payment was $1,581 when your average rate was at 2.94% and your median home price was at $329,000. At that time, a home buyer would need to earn $75,000 per year to buy a typical home then, compared to the $115,000 today. And by the way, speaking of a decrease in home buying demand, I mean, we haven't seen an ad for a new home. I didn't see any ads for new homes in 2021 or the first half of 2022. And here on Redfin's site here, a new home development by KB in the Sacramento area where I live and work as a real estate agent. So to say that home buying demand is decreasing, well, there you go. Home builders paying for ads on Redfin here. Anyways, I just noticed that. According to Redfin here, they also looked at the 100 most populous US metros to see how they fare, because there's some very big differences here. So both in Miami and Newark, New Jersey, home buyers must earn 33% more per year to afford a typical home compared to 1 year ago. That's the biggest increase of the major US metros. So for example, home buyers in Miami need to earn $143,000 per year to afford the typical monthly mortgage payment of just under $3,600 per month. Additionally, out of these 100 most populous metros, every single one of those saw an increase of income that's needed in order to afford a house in those areas here. It says skyrocketing mortgage rates have caused the income necessary to buy a home to increase in every single one of these major metros. Now, this income necessary to make housing affordable here has increased the least in Austin, Texas. So Austin, Texas home buyers must earn $126,000 per year to buy a median price home there. That's 8% more than a year ago, the smallest increase of this analysis here. Here's something you guys should be aware of though, is because even though home prices in Austin, Texas have decreased by 7% compared to 1 year ago, you need to earn 8% more compared to 1 year ago because rates have spiked over the past 1 year. So big picture here, if you're in an area in which prices are down compared to 12 months ago, you could be seeing your average monthly housing payment be higher today compared to 12 months ago because rates have absolutely skyrocketed. over the last 12 months. Also get this, buyers in the most expensive markets in the country here, which is San Francisco and San Jose, you need to earn at least $400,000 per year to buy an average price home in those markets. Both of those are up by nearly 25% year over year. The next 5 metros that are the most expensive here: Anaheim, California, you need income of $300,000. Oakland, $250,000. San Diego, $241,000. Los Angeles, $237,000 per year. And Oxnard, which is in the Ventura area, you need an income of $233,000 to buy an average price home there, or at least to afford to buy an average price home there. In contrast, Detroit home buyers must earn about $52,000 per year to buy a house, only up by 19% from a year ago, but a still big increase compared to 12 months ago. Out of these 100 most populous US metros, here's some stats that really caught my attention here. Anaheim, California, which is in the Los Angeles area, again, you need an income of $300,000. Your average monthly mortgage payment would be $7,500 per month to buy a median price home of $1.1 million. Austin, Texas, an area known pre-pandemic as more affordable, now you need $126,000 per year to buy a house there right now. Boise, Idaho, another pandemic hotspot, also about $127,000. Your average monthly housing payment, $3,172 per month. Dallas, Texas, Denver, Colorado, you need over $100,000 per year as well. What else we have here? Las Vegas, Nevada, $113,000 per year to buy a median price home at $415,000. Oxnard, California, in the Ventura area, $233,000 when your housing payment is just under $6,000 per month. Phoenix, Arizona, also over $100,000 as well. Sacramento, California, where I live and work as a real estate agent here, $156,000 in income per year. That's a 17.8% rise year over year. And your average monthly housing payment, just under $4,000 per month. San Diego, $241,000. Look at this. San Francisco, you need $404,000 in income per year to buy an average price home of just under $1.5 million. Putting 20% down, your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, or PITA, would be just over $10,100 per month. San Jose, California, over $10,000 per month as well. Seattle, Washington, $215,000. Stockton, California, $145,000 per year. Absolutely insane. So I want to kind of talk about how can we make housing more affordable? Obviously, if rates and home prices were to decrease, obviously that would decrease your monthly housing payment. However, if that were to happen though, if rates and home prices were to fall, of course, home buying demand would surge, which of course would cause home prices to increase once again, making housing less affordable once again. So in my personal opinion, the main thing we need in order to make housing more affordable is for supply to increase greatly. So in the existing or the resale market, I don't foresee a giant surge in the number of people listing their house for sale unless unemployment starts spiking, people start losing their jobs, and people are forced to sell their houses. Otherwise, I think we're going to see a seasonal decrease in the number of new listings for the remainder of the year. And also a lot of people who are deciding not to sell their houses and give up their very, very low rates and take on an 8% rate. In most cases, that makes no sense. So in regards to supply for new houses, here's a brand new report just announced today as well. Today was a ton of articles that was announced today. Anyways, this is according to the National Association of Homebuilders. They look at builder confidence each and every month regarding builder sentiment regarding building new single-family houses. So according to them, high rates have climbed to a 23-year high. As they report to you guys, have remained above 7% for quite some time. So because of that, home builder sentiment has dropped to the lowest levels since January of 2023. Builder confidence in the market for building new single family houses in October, this is based on a survey that's conducted in October here, fell 4 points to 40. So something to keep in mind here, their index is at 40. Anytime it's below 50, this means that builders are pessimistic regarding our US housing market. So very much pessimistic right now because the index is at 40 right now. This also marks the third consecutive monthly drop in builder confidence. Here's a chart showing builder confidence ever since October of 2021. This chart has not included October's reading of 40, but at 40, the lowest levels going back to January this year when the index was 35. And of course, an index of 40 this October is half the confidence reading that was set back in October of 2021 when the index was 80. So builders are half as confident right now compared to October of 2021. Here's a key takeaway regarding this article here. It says buyers, of course, are being priced out due to high rates and home prices, of course, right? Additionally, on the supply side, elevated rates are also increasing the cost and decreasing the availability of builder development and construction loans, which harms supply and contributes to low housing affordability. So on the supply side, for building new single-family houses, builders are pessimistic regarding construction of building houses, and therefore that will limit supply in the weeks and months ahead. In fact, they provided a really good snapshot looking at builder confidence compared to single-family housing starts here. So the red dotted line is single-family housing starts, seasonally adjusted and also annualized, which tend to move in the same direction as builder confidence. So the blue line here is builder confidence, which is their HMI or their housing market index. So when that increases, so does housing starts. Of course, a housing start is the beginning phase in the construction of a brand new house. So when builders are more confident, of course, they're building more houses. When they're less confident, of course, housing starts decreases as well. They also said here, as a result of the extended high interest rate environment, many builders continue to reduce home prices in order to increase sales. In October, 32% of builders reported cutting home prices, unchanged from September, but still the highest rate since December of 2022, when the rate was at 35%. Meanwhile, 62% of builders provided sales incentives of all forms in October, such as closing cost credits, buying down rates, or a free upgrade regarding upgraded cabinetry or free appliances, for example. So 62% of builders are offering incentives to home buyers right now. That's up from 59% that we saw in September. And also at 62%, this is tied to the highest levels in this cycle going back to December of 2022. On top of that, they're also noting that current sales conditions are declining. Sales expectations in the next 6 months are decreasing as well. And also traffic from potential home buyers is also falling as well. So because of all this, builder confidence is now decreasing. Again, the lowest levels going back to January 2023, which should limit the amount of housing starts of single-family houses in the coming months, which of course will limit housing supply of brand new home construction next year. What's your biggest takeaway from today's video? I appreciate you guys for watching today's video. Like and subscribe. Have an awesome day. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.